This is for my entrepreneurship students who will be appearing for an examination tomorrow for their term 2 Cbse. I forgot the year. It's 2022. Yeah, so as I was telling you about the different portions, whichever is important. Numericals discussion we have already done. The first one also I did, which is about how many questions to write from which section. Okay, and this one is on enterprise growth strategies. Now this is a very important chapter, because you can expect a lot of questions from here. Not just questions, you can expect a lot of case study based questions on franchising as well as mergers. Okay, so that's the reason I'm taking up this chapter, because I feel this is quite important for your board's purpose, and you should know this chapter well. There's one more chapter which is marketing, which is also very important. You can expect a lot of questions from there. Questions coming in 2 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks, case study based questions, analytical questions. The same goes for your enterprise growth strategies also. Though a portion of the chapter has been curtailed and you don't have everything from this chapter, but whatever is there, those portions are pretty important. Okay, now I'll go very quick with the chapter. The first thing that you should know is, why should a business grow? What's the reason? Okay, why is expansion important? Then you should be aware of the two different terms, that is internal expansion and external expansion. Not in much detail, but at least the concept, the idea, what is the difference between internal expansion and external expansion, that you should know. Okay, and then when we are coming to the different kinds of external expansion, that definitely is very important. The first one being franchising. So what from franchising? The meaning. Okay, the meaning of franchising. What do you mean by franchising? Who is the franchisor? Who is the franchisee? These terms should be like very clear in your mind. Then ingredients of franchise agreement. That is also a very common question. It can come in 3 marks easily. Okay, because see, you have 4 points there, so this can come in 2 marks, though I expect that this is more common for a 3 marks question. Okay, so the main ingredients of a franchise agreement, that one also should be there. You should know it. Then we are going into the different kinds of franchising. This is typically very important, especially as I said, for your case study based questions. Okay, so you have a lot of case study based questions, analytical questions. So there, even in your sample papers, a lot of questions have been given based on franchising and the different types of franchising. So please go through this portion very well. Okay, product franchise, manufacturing franchise, business format franchise, all the different types that is given to you. Next important thing is, and you can expect direct questions as well as case study based questions from here, that is the advantages of franchising, both from the point of view of the franchisee and the franchisor. Okay, so you can expect direct questions, as well as you can also expect case study based questions from this portion. The same goes for the limitations of franchising also. Limitations from the point of view of the franchisor and limitations from the point of view of the franchisee. Please do not ignore this chapter. This chapter is very important. Then we are going to the merger part. Different explanations are given there, short explanation. What is merger, what is absorption, what is amalgamation, all these terms you should know. What is important, very important, is the types of mergers. Please go through the types of mergers very well. Conglomerate, horizontal, market, vertical, product, all these kinds of mergers you should be knowing very well. The meaning should be very clear in your mind, because it can be a direct question, it can be a case study based questions, it can be match the column kind of thing, where 2 columns are given to you and you are asked to match, though we are not expecting much of match of columns in this particular term examination, but you can always have. You can also have those kinds of questions where the answer is already given to you and you just have to identify the type of merger we are talking about. So whatever might be the case, you should know mergers very well. Okay, so the different types of mergers, very important. And acquisitions also, you have friendly, reverse, backflip. Just try to keep those things in mind. Yes, another very important portion from this particular chapter, that is from the growth strategies chapter, is the reasons for merger and acquisition. This is again a very important topic. You can have, as I was saying, you can have direct questions, you can have analytical questions, you can have case study based questions. Synergy, the term synergy is very important. Understand the topic synergy, and also you should be aware of the different kinds of synergy we have, and also the difference between those synergies. Okay, it could be operating synergy, financial synergy. So those two kinds of synergies that you have, and the concept itself, that why are we going for a merger and acquisition, what is meant by synergy, this is something that you should be aware of. And there are so many other points. Acquiring new technology, improve profitability, acquiring competency. Now remember one thing, you need to be very careful about the keywords. Don't mess with the keywords. Okay, try to remember the keywords. Keywords do carry marks, and once you give the keyword, then you can explain it in your own language, in your own way. But do not try to change the keywords, because it's through the keywords that your answers will be judged. So try to remember the keywords, try to keep the keywords intact. Now what are keywords? Like, as I was saying, if I tell you state the reasons for mergers and acquisition, or I'm giving a simple example, okay, explain the reasons for mergers and acquisition. Suppose you have to give me 4 points. So there you should write synergy, and then you should explain the term synergy, and under that again you will write two terms. One is operating synergy, and you will also write the financial synergy. Now this term that I'm using, synergy, operating synergy, financial synergy, these are called keywords. Okay, the heading, the main heading is your keyword, and what you are writing inside that. Now you're writing synergy and then you're explaining it. The explanation part can be in your own language. As long as it is correct, you will get full marks. But try to keep the keywords intact. Okay, if it's synergy, use the word synergy, don't use something else for it. If it is operating synergy, use the word operating synergy. If it's financial synergy, use the word financial synergy. You get it? So this is how your chances of scoring more, or your chances of scoring better, increases. The second one is the reasons for failures and failure of mergers and acquisitions are not there. It's not there in your syllabus, I guess. So I'm sure your school has also not done this portion. Value addition and all those things are not there. The ones which are not there, I'm not talking about it. But be very careful about franchising, mergers, acquisitions in detail. Do everything in detail. Okay, all the best.